Hi, and a very warm welcome to everyone who resonated with pile 1. This is going to be your reading. Now, as always, I have one card of essence, which I have shuffled out for you and placed atop the dais. This card is going to be the card of essence, which basically points towards the most significant change which has happened within you. After that, I'm going to upturn all the cards that you see on the dais below. And today I'm going to be reading them a tad bit differently, in it that I'm not going to be interpreting the tarot at the face value of the card. Rather, I'm going to try and tap into the journey about where you have been as a person and where you currently find yourself. So if you are ready to delve a deeper understanding into your own metamorphic journey, let's begin. Pile 1. The most significant change that has occurred within you seems to be of your journey as you have traveled from a place where you really had to fight against the ingrained conditionings, the way the system taught you about how life should look like, how a respectable job should look like, what a traditional family unit should look like. I feel this significant change has been about how you have been reclaiming your own independent, autonomous thinking power and action away from this, socialized, conditioned system. I feel in the past you have been one individual who has had, really genuine and deep rooted respect and regard for major social institutions as they have existed. Once again, as I mentioned, be that of an occupation, be that with regards to a family structure, be that regards to even parenting and child rearing, about the ideal power dynamics that should exist between a marital couple, and also the dynamic being extended to the relatives and extended family as well. So I feel you have really worked on yourself and tried hard to uproot yourself from these really dense traditional ways which are now posing more of an obstruction rather than an help in the changing times and in the changing day and age. You have decided that yes, everything has had its value, meaning and purpose, and maybe stringently clinging on to these old-fashioned belief systems, ideas, is no longer serving you in the same efficiency as it did in the past. So I see a very obvious change from a change in you, operating from a base which is less stringent, strict, harsh, analytical, domineering, imposing, and towards a more open-minded, broad-minded, a place of operation where you're open to more new experiences, where you're less condemning of new ideas or ideas that seem different to those that constitute your own core belief system. I see you're moving away consciously, and you've been really hard at work within your own self of moving away from what, once again, society defined notions of success, of the ideal life here on planet Earth. And you're moving away from all this harshness. And I say harshness because, when the rules for everyone, the norms for everyone are so strictly laid out, there is a kind of stifling which happens. There is very less scope for individualized expression, for original and authentic expression. And you have decided once and for all to move, to uproot yourself from this really stringent space of acting, of behaving, of working, or even living life out of, towards a more less conventional, open-minded, and spiritual frame of mind and spiritual state of being. So henceforth, basically, the life that you're living is rooted less in control and more in surrender and tolerance. Absolutely. Another message which is coming through is the reason for such a major shift which has taken place within you is also the fact that you are completing significant work of your life. Okay, you could also be experiencing your Saturn return, which happens at every 30 years, every 60 years, and every 90 years. And it culminates the end of a great karmic cycle, a great karmic lesson which has lasted for about 30 years. Okay, Pile 1. So what this basically means for you is the themes and the patterns that have been playing out for you for the past 30 years, you will see those themes melting away from your life. That melt could be taking place right now or is going to soon start taking place in the future. And what is happening as a result of this is that you're going to experience, whether you want it or not, Pile 1, you are going to experience a sense of newfound freedom, radical independence from the duties, the responsibilities, the burdens that you have been looking after for the past 30 years now. For a lot of you, you could also be experiencing the empty nest syndrome with your children having, flown away to their own skies. And now, once again, you find yourself at a point in time where you can meet yourself once more as an individual, not as a normative member of the society. And what do I mean by that is, for example, as a mother, there is a certain norm of how a mother should look like, act like, and spend her day like. The norm of a wife, of a daughter, of a sister, of a daughter-in-law, and so on. I see a radical liberation coming in through for you. And I'll tell you what, Pile 1, down this journey, you're going to be also surprised at yourself. And I see yourself thinking to yourself, wow, I did not know I had that in me, or I did not know I was in fact yearning for this kind of freedom, for this kind of autonomy. So I had just mentioned that this card was letting me know you're going to find yourself free from previous responsibilities and duties. And with the Justice card appearing here, once again, there's going to be a restoration of karmic accounts, of karmic balances of some sort. All right? Which is going to take place in your life. And to the extent the universe deems that yes, your efforts up till now, you could be of any biological age, up till now, if your efforts are deemed as sufficient, where you have given where you were owed, where you have received gracefully what was due to you, and whether or not you continue to give from a place of purity and truth. Whatever judgment comes out for you, pile 1, is going to determine the future quality of your life. So that could indeed be the next 30 years of your life. Now, if your karma has been right on point, moral, ethical, rooted in character and in integrity, there is nothing that you should fear. You should simply know that your efforts haven't gone in vain. Whatever karmic accounts you indeed did come here to balance, they are going to be undergoing an appraisal, a review now. And in case you feel you haven't been acting out from a heart-centered place of operation, then this is the guidance which is coming from the universe. It's time you start becoming mindful of the karmic interactions, of the karmic transactions that take place with you, with others on a day-to-day basis. Because in case they are not pure, in case they are not fair, karmic justice is on its way to you. Another kind of change, another kind of metamorphosis that I'm seeing within you, pile 1, is that you are becoming radically more accepting of yourself as a person. Okay? So this could very well describe you if in the past you have been really working yourself down to the bone for social approval. For social approval from others, from social reward, benediction, public recognition, being rewarded in public, being praised in public, being cited as a bright example, and so on. If all your yearning, if all your needs for achievement, attaining, and victory were social praise, recognition, rewards, approval, then I see a significant and a major shift happening within you. You're moving from a place which is dictated by social validation to an enhanced sense of interiority. And I see you going like this in your mind. You know what? I am done people pleasing. I have rather completed and finished all that was expected out of me. Now I'm going to go within and spend my time and energy to know my authentic self. All my life, I haven't really known who I am. I've been so busy tending to the demands of others, of the situation. Now I'm just going to sit down. And I see a lot of you actually are going for meditation, yoga, positive affirmations, other practices like these, where you just sit down and you focus all the attention on yourself, your likes, your dislikes, your personality traits. Where are they coming from? Your strengths, your limitations, your fears. Once again, where are they rooted? And you're not going to care about what other people think of you or how other people apparently judge you, pile 1. You're loosening your grip on that. You're going to place less and less value on that. And so when you start bringing to your conscious awareness your authenticity as an individual, don't be surprised. You're going to find yourself more and more open to unconventional practices, ways of being, even lifestyles. Okay, which maybe 30 years ago you would have been completely aghast, even afraid to imagine some things. But you will find, if this makes sense for me, or if this makes sense in general, then what is the matter? What is wrong in that? So I also see you speaking up more and more in areas of life where you chose quietude in the past because it was comfortable. But now I see you standing up more and more, not only for yourself, but for the values and the morals and the things that you believe in, the values, the principles that you believe in. which till now you did not voice out because that wasn't the ideal time. But now you've completed a major cycle. Now is when the world is waiting for you to emerge as the unique, authentic individual that you are. Alright, so the final card, by the way, there's a lot of major arcana energy. We have 5 cards in total, of which 4 are all major arcanum. So, I love the theme of today's reading, and the universe is with me as I conduct this, because metamorphosis is a grand theme in life. It is something, it's a significant milestone. Only once during its life does a caterpillar metamorph into a butterfly. And so all the energies that are surrounding around the collective, which has tuned in as pile 1, these are major energies. You know what? The final card came in reverse for you, and I'm going to restore its original position because I think the reversed interpretation is clicking better with the rest of the reading. And with the sun in reverse, pile 1, I feel with all this unearthing that you do in your life, a lot of what I can get is that all your life you've been so hard at work, distracted by the needs of others. There has been a layer which has, kept your true authentic self, and even I will say truth. The truth of your life, the truth of people around you, the truth of your reality buried under deep layers. And with the sun in reverse, I think you're going to, because you're going to spend time in contemplation, quietude, alone time, you're going to finally unearth these layers, and there's a lot of revelations that are going to make their way to you, okay? But the only thing, pile 1, I see is that some of these revelations that you have arrived at, they may be too late, or you may be too late in seeing the truth of things, the truth of people that have always been there in your life. And as a result, I find that, now because you have time to think deeply, to ponder more mindfully and meaningfully, you may realize that you've actually lost some treasures along your way to where you are today. In your pursuit, in your single-minded pursuit of success, of career, of ambition, there were beautiful things that were gifted to you by God. But due to whatever reason, your own personal negligence, or some give it an external attributions, which is the demands of that time, whatever it is, pile 1, you are going to come to deep realizations, and they're not going to be happy realizations, okay? I say it as it is, no sugarcoating. Because I know no one's going to tell you this. But I'm here and I will say it out to you so that you can accelerate your journey of evolution and healing. Okay? And, but it is what it is. You did prioritize some things over some things in your life, and you can't expect a mango if you planted a seed of, I don't know, guava. So you will get fruits, but maybe not the fruits that you find yourself desiring now, because you just did not have that time, energy, patience to tend to those plants, to tend to those, flowers, to see them flourish around you. And you may find some people who have left your life. You may have found some energies, positive energies, good, optimistic energies, powerful energies, nurturant energies, things that were so nurturing for your soul. And they have left because they were so great, they were treasures in themselves, but treasures can't be hidden for long. If they find themselves in a place that is not conducive to their growth, well-being, they will leave. And you will indeed find that along the way you have lost a few treasures. But that is how life is. You get something in one hand and you have to release something from the other. Well, this is all I have for you today, Pile 1. It has been an honor doing this reading for you. I thank the universe. Also, in terms of sign, we have Aries, we have Aquarius, we have Libra, we have Sagittarius, and we have Leo as well. I hope this helps. Till we meet next. Bye. Hi, and a very warm welcome to everyone who resonated to pile 2 and has selected this pile. This is going to be your reading. Now, as always, you can see I have shuffled out one card of essence for you, which I have placed on the top of the dais. And this card is going to indicate the major theme of metamorphosis which has taken place within you as an individual. And it's kind of going to lay the theme, the undercurrent for the interpretation of the rest of the cards on the lower dais. So if you are ready to come face to face with the inner depths of how you have metamorphosed or changed as an individual, let's get right into it. Okay. I think this pile is the one who has discovered their voice. Okay. Whew. Wow. I think this pile has metamorphosed due to certain circumstances which have in fact recently appeared in their life in the recent past, which wrenched out their voice and made it audible to the entire world around them. Okay, now this is even more relevant for you if in the past you have been naturally perceived as an introverted individual, as a person who is naturally quiet, who prefers to stay in his or her own space, who would speak only when necessary and would rather not. So I see the major transformation, the major metamorphosis which has taken place within you, pile 2, is you meeting once again with your voice and you understanding the power and the authority which your voice holds. And you know what? The people who perceived you as a wallflower, they will not say it to you, but let me voice it out to you. They are shocked. Everyone who thought that quietude or peacefulness is a weakness, you have emerged as a befitting example that quietude is precisely where divinity resides. And once that divinity is ignited into voice, undebatable logic comes out from you. Your intellect combined with your intellectual prowess, pile 2, have emerged as your most formidable weapons. And you know, another transformation that I see that has occurred for you is that people are becoming aware of the boundaries that you're imposing around you. You're not going to expect just any kind of conduct from anyone. You're not going to expect any kind of talk or any kind of behavior coming towards you from anyone. No. Why? Because now you're quick to point out your boundaries. And this has happened because you have come at a realization from within of the value that you are worth. And you realize that you're priceless. What you bring to the world is rare and needs to be venerated. And anyone who does not come to the table or comes to the table with anything less, you are direct to point that out. You're not unkind, but you have become direct as a result of the experiences which you have faced. Ooh, not everyone's going to mess with you, pile 2. You're not one to mess with. Not anymore. The second metamorphosis which has taken place for you, pile 2, is that you are coming, I think you have, you're coming out from the harshest phase of your life in some ways. You're coming out from the heat of the afternoon sun and into a more comfortable, leisurely, slow-paced era of your life. And this has been accomplished because you indeed were very responsible, prudent in all the responsibilities that were given to you, and I can see at a very young age that too. But you rose up to you rose up to the opportunity, and you showed that even if you're young, but if you have that intention, that conscientiousness within you, you've always risen to the occasion. And I was just speaking about boundaries, pile 2. The next metamorphosis which has taken is kind of related to that main undercurrent, and that is that you have learned to recognize who is good and who is bad, or you simply learned to recognize the lesser evil from the greater evil, or better from the best for you. And this is a kind of discretion which is unflinching. It is possible that you could have wanted someone to be good for you, but you saw the signs, and rather than being the hen who digs her head into the soil, you chose to gulp down that bitter truth, and you rose above. Because that energy wasn't meant for you. No matter how addictive, no matter how great it felt, you realized it was nothing more than an addiction. And you mustered that mental fortitude within yourself, that immense self-control over your own impulsive and instincts, and you brought yourself out of it. It felt good, yes, but did it do good to you? No. Another message that's coming through for you by 2 is that another major metamorphosis or change which has taken place within you is how fiercely you are detaching yourself from all that which is not going to serve you for the long term. And as I said, you've evolved into the Queen of Wands, into the Queen of Swords. This is a wise counsel. This is a thorough counsel, a counsel to whom others approach for, sorting out their problems, because they know, because of a cold, calculating, astute observation and discretion and analysis skills, she's going to give me the right direction. It will not be the easiest, but it will be the right direction. Another change, pile 2, which I see that you've inculcated in your life, is that you have stopped investing your dreams, your ambitions, your energies, your resources, your passion in endeavors that are somehow contingent or independent on extrinsic factors. Now, what do I mean by that? For example, venturing into a project which will have other variables other than your hard work, other than your sincerity, other than your pure intention. So I think because in the past you have experienced, a series of unfulfilled successes, unfulfilled triumphs, you've taken a really self-reliant approach. You're like, you know what? I don't mind if I don't make it big in terms of money, in terms of stereotypical success, but what I'm going to do henceforth is something which fulfills me, and whatever success comes out of it, I will be happy with that, because you are done pouring yourself, your energy into projects that that disregarded your hard work. And if that approach did not bring you success, then you know what? I'm just going to follow my own path and be happy with whatever that does come in as a result of my authentic effort. And I think this is the kind of wisdom which has creeped in you because you have seen really, or you have encountered life when it required to be really patient and really forbearing, and basically being able to sit with yourself, with that version of yourself that did not fulfill societal expectations of success. And because you did, that self of you has now shown you an independent path. It could be off the grid, but it is the path for you. Ooh, I just love how all these colors come together. You see the portal that you've opened yourself through this card. It's like you've entered through this portal into this palace. And then the weather in this card is so similar. The next metamorphosis that has taken place for you, pile 2, is you have undergone rapid paradigm shifts. Okay, now I'm aware some people term them as ego deaths. Take as it resonates for you. Okay, ego death simply means that what you thought you were as a person has been negated and nullified. And how? Because something has been shown to you in a completely different light. Maybe it's an insight that you received through your own meditative efforts, or maybe it's a point of view which was demonstrated to you by another individual outside of you. And because it resonated with you, it convinced you at a deeper level, certain belief systems, certain ways of being, thinking that were erstwhile deep-rooted have melted. It's like you have shed off old skin and you're no longer the same person. You no longer feel to be the same person because of, these unexpected shocks, I will say, these unexpected situations, circumstances which just struck in your life, and you couldn't have ever expected things to take the course which they did, but they did. And things do this for your ultimate benefit. And by now you're not even afraid of what's going to come, because life has shifted so profoundly and so frequently for you. Now you're just open now you have tolerance only for the complete and utter truth. Beautiful. You have decided to download unnecessary baggage of expectations, of unwarranted responsibilities, or responsibilities that you have borne for so long now. You are just unloading them. I'm telling you, Pile 2, you're stepping into your era of lightweight living, freer spirited living. A living wherein you are the center of your universe. Your well being is what matters the most. You are no longer going to risk your health. You're no longer going to put your mental, physical, spiritual, emotional health at the stake for any materialistic or socially approved benefit. I I love seeing this card in reverse because over the past I have to say, over the past year, I've been seeing this card upright. But seeing this card reversed, Pile 2, directs me to give you this guidance that things are going to soon be picking up for you. You have spent so much time, in your own embrace alone and in the embrace of the universe. As a quiet, as a meek student of life, as a student of the universe, being open to lessons of any and all magnitudes that the universe had to teach you. You had surrendered your all. You had put your complete life on hold for whatever it is that the universe wanted to teach you as a teacher. And now that you have completed, or you're on the verge of completing this journey, so let's say maybe a window of 3 months more, you will soon find that life is going to pick up for you. And all that aloneness is going to be replaced by people who get you. So it's the next best option. Solitude is the best, and the next best option is your soul tribe. People who just get you, who unconditionally love you. I love this for you, Pile 2. In terms of signs, we have strong Aquarius, we have Virgo, we have Capricorn, and we have Scorpio and Sagittarius as well. So I hope this has helped. Till we meet next time, be good. Bye.